it's your boy Jordan Mull, and you also known as Mull, and I'm getting right back into the groove with yet another reaction video. And this is another video from Void. Now this came out about 2-3 hours ago. I was live streaming, I had to end it, but now I'm back. And last time, just before, I reacted to a Jake Paul diss track, and that one was pretty damn fire. But this time, he's sending shots, gratata, at none other than Ricegum. And this is featuring, I really hope I don't butcher this, is it Asn Romeo? I really do apologise if I butchered that name, but let's get straight into this because I'm looking forward to what he has to say to this. I mean, he's nothing but a cringe fest, his Ricegum. Most American YouTubers are these days. Come on now.
Left the house, guess you lost that clout. You was funny once, but now
lost the house because you guess you lost the clout.
But you know what it's all about. Rapping like you got a snout and a brick in your fucking mouth.
Because I remember seeing about that. Didn't they rent the house? And didn't he used to brag about it, that he had this massive house and that? And I'm like, dude, you rent it. You don't own it, you rent it. And then he increased the rent, I believe, and you couldn't pay for it because there was only you and a couple of others living there at the time. And then FaZe bought it. I think it's still a FaZe house now, or it's an old FaZe house. Yeah, you really have struggled with that Ricegum. Or should I call you Brian? Brian. Brian. Would you like some Cool Whip? Yeah. Let's get straight back into this. Well, he's going on about the Afro guy that he pretends to be when he's doing diss tracks, and nothing's more cringy when he does that. Nothing's more cringier. I mean, I've seen a few old diss tracks of his. I remember when he first started off, and he had this dead flow, could not rap to save his life, and I will give him credit where credit's due. He has improved a lot from when he first started off, but, and I say this, but he hasn't improved since he last improved. He's kept naming off the same floor. I've heard some of his latest music and it's a bit trash. It's a bit, I don't know, I've sat there and I've listened to him and I'm like, these aren't hitting, like these aren't good songs. And you're coming after KSI saying that your music's better than his. Boy, his music's shine. Yes, he has a big fan base, so do you. But his music's charting, and he's also got non-fans liking his music. There's a big difference there when you have non-fans of your YouTube self who are actually just a fan of music and they're actually enjoying your music and liking your music, listening to it on a daily basis or listening to it in their own self-time. That's a whole different thing. That's when you know you're actually a mainstream artist. When you've got people that are just listening to you on Spotify, you know, every so often, that's not really much. When you've got people that are having pre-drinks, or they'd be out in a nightclub and they'd have their music playing. That's what KSI's been having. He's having DJs playing his music in nightclubs, in pubs, playing on the radio. There's a massive difference. You don't get that with your music, because why? Your music's a bit trash. And I will always give a person credit when they've worked hard and, you know, they've put a grind in, they've put graft in, put in a bit of elbow grease. And you did that when you first started off. You put in some elbow grease, you put in graft, and you got better. But since that you went better and got better, your flow improved, you this and you this and you that. It all got better the first time. But after a while, a certain flow turns dead. That's why most rappers in the business don't stick with the same flow all the goddamn time. They switch it up. They have to have diversity. That's why KSI's doing well, because he's got a lot of diversity. He's got his Nigerian heritage with some of his songs, Loose, and of course Houdini, which is still one of my favourite songs today. He's also got songs like Lighter, which is a completely different kind of flow from him. You've also got Down Like That, Cap, completely different flows from what they are. And yeah, if you have that diversity, you're gonna make it far in the music industry. You haven't changed your flow much though, Ricegum, and that's why you're struggling. I've noticed that as well. Some of his videos are not doing very, very well. As he's uploading, he's nowhere near getting to the same amount of views that he was once getting. You could say that about Jake Paul as well, actually. But yeah, Ricegum's really struggling. I'm surprised he's not been losing subscribers, if I'm being perfectly honest, because his content's been dead.
It's been more than a memory. In this industry, a joke is all that you will ever be.
Fact.
For falling in a thought curse. Rice family, check yourself. You falling in a thought curse.
I like that. I like how he said you were dissing Tanner for falling into a thought curse. Every guy goes through it, and Tanner's only young, isn't he? I'm sure Tanner's only young. But the only reason why he got hurt was because he's got a load of fucking money. It's not just because he's a good-looking lad. He's not. Because, I mean, I'm not the best-looking guys, but the reason why he got it is because he's got a lot of money. And he's got a lot of fame. That's why. I mean, if we're talking about anything with fame and money, about getting women, let's talk about Ricegum real quick. With his ex-girlfriend, Abby Rao. If I am pronouncing that wrong, I do apologise, Abby. But how you ever got together with him? What? I mean, let's just look at Ricegum. Just look at Ricegum, then look at Abby. You tell me where that makes sense. A guy that looks like Ricegum, you've got to have a fuck ton of money and fame to get a young woman that's as beautiful as Abby. Like, I'm sorry, but he really must have had a lot of money.
Make some shitty songs, new songs, getting worse, selling out faster than some merch at a God church.
True, his music's not getting better. Yeah, to be fair, the only time he seems to get views is when he puts videos up of when he does a game and it's like strip this, strip that, and it's got like his mate's girlfriend on it, and I'm like, does your mate's girlfriend not have any self-respect? She seems like a pretty girl, but does she not have any self-respect? Like, even with me, I would not be okay. Never mind that. I wouldn't allow my girlfriend, if I had one, I wouldn't allow my girlfriend to be on a video with my mate and they played a game and whoever did this or whoever won, whoever lost, whoever loses, you know, you got to take off a piece of clothing. Hell to the no. I'd be punching my mate in the fucking throat. I'd be like, hell no. Get out. That's the woman I love. You're not doing that. Like, seriously, some people need to get a reality check. And some girls are allowing the guys to do this on YouTube. And I'm like, why? Have some self-respect. Seriously. Oh, wow.
Looking like an enzyme, like Optimus, but we ain't even in our prime. Channels away, you wrote it till it crashed. Now you panic, pull and shake, content out your
What was that?
Channels away, you wrote it till it crashed.
Oi. Your channel is a wave. You rode it until it crashed. Now that's a bar. That's a bar. So what he's meaning with that, if you don't understand that bar, basically his channel was basically like a wave in the ocean. And he just kept riding and riding and riding and riding and riding and riding all the way until it's crashed. And it's crashed heavily. That's a bar.
You panic, pull and shake, content out your fucking ass. This recording on your fans just to make that money fast. People only click at vids trying to see that horse ass. Feel like a fucking stick, and I got this fuck.
I remember seeing that. I remember seeing a video about Ricegum saying that a girl was a whore. Because, what did she do? Like, show her body off or whatever for money. I'm like, if that's what you do, or you wear seductive clothing in any kind of manner, you're a whore. And if you're being on social media and you're doing that sort of stuff, ladies, you're a whore. Like, you are. Like, if that's what you're doing for money, then that's the definition of it. You're getting paid to be that. Yeah. And then didn't she try to like tell him off and whatnot? I'm like, he's not fucking wrong. Yes, he shouldn't have said it. And especially shouldn't have said it to you. But yeah, shouldn't have said it, but he's not lying. he's not. Oh no.
What?
I love that. What? Russell Westbrook, that's brilliant. Basically, he did a diss track on this guy. I cannot remember his fucking name, but he's a big YouTuber over in the US. And yeah, on the track, he started to do a bit of a cappella, and it was a bit cringe-worthy. Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't very good.
Make it lighter, fucking like a fucking scammer. Girl ain't active, you just can't. Just like fucking you the better. This my tape on my own manners. This is language, this is Tanner. Misha said it, you just cancer. We just better. You will answer. Horny kids, you fucking pander. Happy Hannah, you just slander. Hit the phone and make your hand hurt. What's the fucking man you been? I guess it's time to devour. Make it this back and then I hit you with that full counter. Fireball breathing on this bitch. They gon' call me Bowser. Yeah, so on quarter, she pretending that she let you pound her. Long time, no one love you in a long time. Like rewind, you did not stop. To an e-boy on TikTok. Now you're a kid, 3 stop to the fucking top. Wing wrong, bitch. I hit you with my ching chong. Pull up to your house, going stupid, going ding dong. In the switch shop, it's the only place you belong. I'm a link in your house, just like she's a one town. But it's a one town, and I ain't talking soup. That's Asian in that game, you a fucking piece of poop. Me and Ford shut up, we don't fucking little troop. This is what I complain, it's a fucking loop.
Nah, that didn't work. Nah, sorry, lad. Your feature was dead. Your feature was dead. I'm sorry. That did not work. Way too much auto-tune as well. Yeah, that didn't work. You were good. You were good. But yeah, that didn't hit, mate. I'm sorry. It didn't hit. It would have been alright if he had maybe 2 bars, maybe 3 bars. But as he went on, it just got worse. The lyrics got worse. Yeah. When he said poop and then loop and then another word, I'm like, yeah, not the best. You were alright, lad. You were alright. But that feature wasn't the greatest. And you only had him for like, what, 20 seconds or so? I think you could have, I think you could have might as well just left him out, if I'm being perfectly honest, because it kind of had a bit of a dead ending. because the Jake Paul diss track, it was hard. It was just you going at him non-stop. But that had a bit of a... didn't hit as hard. It's supposed to be a diss track. And a diss track is supposed to come in hard, flow nuttily and have absolutely insane bars, completely ripping the shreds out of the person that you're dissing, and then go out strong. That didn't have a very good ending. Very strong start, not very good ending. But that's where we're going to leave it for today, folks. Like I said, I will be keeping my eye on Void's channel, and I hope to see more content soon. This has been your boy Jordan Manuel, also known as Mo. But before you all go though, I have also got a Q&A Sunday. If you have any questions you would like to submit, comment on the video. Let me know what questions you would like to ask about myself, about the channel. If you want to get to know me a little bit more, please send me your questions in. I'm hopefully wanting to get it done for today. Oh, sorry. Well, it is today. I mean, it's 2:20 in the morning. But if you have any questions you would like to ask me about future content, about where I want to see the whole 9 yards, even if you just want to get to know me a little bit better, comment on the video, put your questions in, and I will see which are the best questions to put in. Try and keep it clean, please. And yeah, thank you guys so much for coming and stopping on by just to say hello, or just to see me waffle reacting to a video. But yeah, this has been your boy Mol. Before you go, also Jesus, yeah, 34% of you folks that are viewers are subscribed, whilst over 60% of you aren't. Come on now, let's try and get that change, shall we? Shall we try maybe 250 by the end of the year? That's the goal. Come and join the family. It's going to be a big old giggle. I will see you guys tomorrow though. See you now, take care, and
I'm always waiting for you.